Justin Trudeau is finished. Child abuse allegations are piling up. And now, a new lawsuit alleges police caught him accessing CP during his time in office. There is evidence that the Canadian media on his payroll covered it up. But it gets even worse for Trudeau. Fresh evidence has emerged that he and Katy Perry were dining on child flesh in a restaurant in Paris. The walls aren't just closing in, they're collapsing. Last year we warned you. Once he lost power, the real reckoning would begin. It's happening faster and uglier than anyone imagined. Multiple scandals exploding simultaneously. No escape, no spin, no mercy. This is the fall of Justin Trudeau. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community, support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. Another devastating blow hits Justin Trudeau as the walls close in. On April the 8th, professional chef Jeffrey Brown, with deep ties to the Trudeau family, filed a serious lawsuit in Ontario against the Toronto Star.
A Canadian author named Jeffrey Brown has filed a formal claim against the Toronto Star, saying that in October 2021, a Star investigative reporter told him the RCMP had discovered Justin Trudeau was watching child pornography on his personal devices. According to Brown, the reporter Robert Cribb confirmed the source was solid and said the now famous line, "Where there's smoke, there's fire." Brown claims he was told this information face to face, yet the Toronto Star chose to bury it instead of reporting it.
Brown argues the Star violated its fiduciary duty to the public, especially since it received massive taxpayer subsidies, up to $115,000 a week. Just the mention of Justin Trudeau's name is enough to ignite a firestorm of anger among many Canadians. And that was before he was caught dining on child flesh in Paris with his new partner. We've got the details coming up. Trudeau has always believed himself to be untouchable. Never was this clearer than during his relationship with the underage girl during his time as a teacher at Vancouver's prestigious West Point Grey Academy. Canadian media is prevented from reporting on the story, and most of the US media is controlled by three-letter agencies and the globalist elites. So Trudeau's victim's father spoke to the Buffalo Chronicle to reveal that she was much younger at the time of their relationship than was first thought. Some in the public discourse pegged the young girl at 17 years old. According to her father, who was not a party to the $2.25 million NDA, this is inaccurate. She was much younger than that, the Canadian businessman told the Chronicle. Justin Trudeau was that teacher. We all know the type. A grown man, entrusted to be a moral guardian for young people at a vulnerable time in their lives, partying in pajamas with 14-year-old girls. Whilst he was at West Point Grey Academy, Justin Trudeau's best friend was Christopher Charles Ingvildson, a fellow teacher who also turned out to be a paedophile. Ingvildson and Trudeau were very close. After Trudeau became Prime Minister, he encouraged his friend to run for political office as a member of the Liberal Party. Unfortunately for Trudeau, his friend's career as a politician was cut short when he was busted running an international paedophile ring by Australian police. Then there was Jerry Hawes, longtime Trudeau confidant, arrested and charged with the same crimes Trudeau has just been accused of in court. And here he is with Benjamin Levin, two friends hanging out at the Pride Parade in 2013. Levin was later arrested by the Toronto Police Service Sex Crimes Unit and charged with 7 counts of child exploitation. The entire Canadian political class knows exactly what Trudeau is. And look at them, laughing about his history like it's just some harmless, amusing scandal.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I was a high school teacher before getting into politics, and I'm having a little trouble remembering what exactly the job that the Leader of the Opposition had before getting into politics.
Yes, and he left right in the middle of the semester, and I'm having trouble remembering why.
Oh!
Now, Mr. Speaker.
These people aren't leaders. They're not even politicians. They're the Epstein class, protectors, enablers, and participants in the same sick network. That's why this new lawsuit could not have come at a worse time for Trudeau. The Epstein class is being exposed, and Trudeau is the first elite being thrown under the bus. Not only is he facing a landslide of historical child abuse allegations and claims that police caught him with CP in office, he's facing reports that he was caught dining on child flesh in Paris with his new partner, Katy Perry. We've got the grisly details after this important word from our sponsor. Think the healthiest thing in your pantry right now is some overpriced superfood? Wrong. It's actually olive oil. Yeah, that bottle you've got sitting in your cupboard isn't just for cooking, it's a weapon to help you look and feel younger inside and out. No big pharma potions, just nature's real deal. Dr. Stephen Gundry, a rogue surgeon who's done with the system, says high-quality olive oil is a game changer. The problem is the industry is a cesspool. Nearly all brands in stores are watered-down junk, pushed for profit, not your health. Dr. Gundry has had enough. He's exposing the real truth about olive oil with a free video for viewers of this channel. He'll show you how to spot the real stuff that works wonders for your body with just a few tablespoons. This isn't hype, it's the truth they don't want you to know about. Visit getolive1.com/TPV, the link's below. I've watched his free video and the information blew me away. If you're genuinely interested in changing your life with olive oil, go to getolive1.com/TPV now. You won't regret it. Katy Perry is linked to every elite vice known to man. Everything about her recent performances screamed occult elite symbolism. The sacrificial red, the all-seeing eye, the mini Katy Perry alter ego. She's the one they rolled out for the Blue Origin PSYOP, taking the opportunity to advertise her upcoming set lists on the blue butterfly of Lilith, and using it to cover her right eye. It all confirms she's still very much an industry slave, bound by blood oaths, performing every ritual they demand, offering up the required sacrifices on the altar of fame, and desperately clinging to her position so she isn't discarded like every other broken vessel once the Illuminati has drained her dry.
You guys, Katy Perry is a repeat offender. She is a repeat offender, and she has used so much occult imagery in her work. You know, here she's literally, you know, eating a human pie. You know, cannibalism is a rite in Satanism, in certain forms of Satanism. She's a very big fan of doing the Odin's eye, or the eye of the Father imagery. She repeatedly does this, and people laugh at it, but she's dominating you. This says, I am God. I am the singular I. But for sure, the most aggressive occult ritual that people had to participate in with Katy Perry was the Super Bowl, when she blatantly presented herself as the whore of Babylon, or she presented herself as actually Inanna and Ishtar. She did this by taking Ishtar's exact posture and riding a mechanical space lion through the audience, through the football field. Here's an image of her doing that. This is Katy Perry blatantly presenting herself as a goddess to you.
And she's been linked to cannibalism for years, long before the Epstein files exposed the elite's culinary vice to the world. She was caught dining at LA's notorious Cannibal Club restaurant with Meryl Streep and Chelsea Clinton, and her music videos are packed with cannibal code words and blatant Illuminati symbols. Here she is in Bon Appetit. It's shameless. The loathsome new elite couple made their first public outing at Davos of all places, where Trudeau mocked those who died from vaccine injuries caused by the COVID jabs he mandated.
My old cameraman's mother actually...
Them and you pushed them into jail.
My old cameraman's mother actually died after complications from the COVID vaccine. So is that misinformation? Oh, now you're laughing.
It's enough to make your stomach turn, but it gets worse. Reports from Paris say the new power couple, Trudeau and Katy Perry, were caught dining on child flesh at an ultra-exclusive restaurant reserved strictly for the Epstein class. Brigitte Macron was right there with them, personally ensuring they received the finest cuts available. France has a long dark history of this as the ultimate decadent luxury. According to a restaurant employee who witnessed it, they ordered child tartare, served almost raw. Trudeau reportedly took one bite and wept with pleasure.
I work in a private restaurant in Paris. Very, very discreet. Only the most important VIPs ever get a table. Brigitte Macron is a regular. Many others too. They come for one thing, the child tartare. It is an old French tradition, very old. We have always known how to prepare it in the traditional style. Last year, Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry sat at my table. They ordered the tartare. When the plate arrived, Trudeau took one bite and he started to cry. Not from shock, from pleasure. He looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "Mon Dieu, it is so tender, like butter. I can bite straight through it, and it is raw. This is a beautiful moment in my life." Brigitte Macron leaned over and whispered to him, smiling. We tenderized them before the slaughter. The fear, the pain, the adrenaline, it makes the blood taste sweeter. The bruises soften the flesh like nothing else. Then she laughed and told him, "We also force-feed them beer and sausages for weeks. Gives the meat that delicious Wagyu marbling." Katy Perry sat bolt upright, eyes gleaming with pure delight. She took a slow, deliberate bite, let out a soft moan of pleasure, and smiled wide. No shame, no hesitation, just raw hunger. She looked at Trudeau and whispered, "I can't believe it's not butter." Then they both broke into uncontrollable giggles, like a pair of schoolgirls. I have served many, but that night, I could not do it anymore. This is what they do when the cameras are off. This is who they really are.
In case anybody is confused, the Epstein files have it in black and white. The elite are torturing children, dismembering them, and eating their organs. This stopped being about politics long ago.
This is an extremely disturbing email, and I have been kind of avoiding reading this one out loud. It's between Olivier Colum and Epstein. He is in finance. Olivier emails Epstein, says, "Thanks, very nice of you. Where are you now?" Epstein replies, "On my island in the Caribbean with an aquarium full of girls." Olivier responds, "The king of Saudi Arabia has a few white sharks at his Jeddah palace. I totally prefer yours. Sure, I would enjoy the view." Epstein replies, "As to our Russian, I guess some might refer to them as white sharks." Olivier responds, "As long as you don't have any hammer-headed ones, ... I like white sharks." Epstein replies, "No, some are like shrimp. You throw away the head and keep the body." Olivier replies, it gets worse. Olivier replies, "I like shrimp, but not so much if it's too pink, although I'm definitely more into white than into any other color. I like your philosophy." Epstein replies to Olivier and says, "I can't even think of the smell of black shrimp. Ugh." Wood chipper.
The only way to stop them is to recognize the pattern, to study the real history, and to expose them to as many people as possible. To do this, you need to keep yourself safe online. The VPNs you thought were your shield, your last line of defense against government and corporate surveillance, have already been hijacked. One Tel Aviv-based company with a long history of distributing malware has quietly bought up nearly all of the biggest VPNs on the planet. ExpressVPN, CyberGhost, private internet access, the list goes on. And the people they hire? Not random techies, not privacy activists, but veterans of Israel's most notorious intelligence units, Unit 8200, the cyber warfare arm behind some of the world's most advanced spying tools, and the Dovdilan unit, infiltration experts turned executives. That's why VP.net was built to solve this urgent problem, using zero trust architecture and next-gen cryptography to shut their digital eyes forever. It's not another VPN with clever marketing. It's trustless by design. Meaning, even if they wanted to spy on you, they couldn't. Even if somebody holds a gun to their head, they can't hand anything over. Check it out at vp.net/TPV. Built on zero-knowledge cryptography, Intel SGX secure enclaves, and open source code you can audit yourself, it's mathematically impossible to log or leak your data. No Mossad backdoors, no compromat, no hidden hands. Just pure verifiable privacy. This is how we fight back. Not with fear, but with technology that works for us, not against us. Go to vp.net/TPV, and closed Big Brother's eyes for good.